It's a hive of activity here. We've got 4 tradesmen running around doing all of like the detailed carpentry work, still in preparation for framework. So yeah, we're repairing all of like the old timber work. There's like detailed panels and eave lining, like the old timber panels for the eaves. So guys are doing those. We've got battens going in for gyprock. 2 gyprockers doing our bathrooms today, ready for bathrooms to be waterproof tomorrow. So it's yeah, it's a busy week actually. This week, loads going on. So this space has transformed pretty quickly. This was all open just a couple of days ago. Framing's in, so come have a look. You've got the wall for the back of the study, the hallway. Started to batten out the hallway wall. This is the main bathroom. So we've gone frame, floor, sheeting, door jambs are in, come through and you've got your laundry space. So same again, sheeted floors, door jambs are in. And then as you come through out to the back of the hallway, we're pretty much framed up here and virtually ready for plaster. We just got a little bit more roughing to do and yeah, good to go.
I'll cut it and I'll get it ready.
Yeah, get it prepped, but it needs to be installed today, but just at the end of the day.
Yeah.
All right?
Too easy.
Cool.
So how long have you been working with Bayside?
What time is it? Yeah, since last Thursday. Yeah.
And what is it that you're tasked to do here?
Well, a little bit of framework, doing timber framing, some fascia board, hang a few doors. What we need to do is run fascia board underneath of the roof, up underneath of here where the new flashing went, and just have to cut it to fit the size where the old stuff was, replacing it with new fascia. So that's pretty much what we're doing so far.
Putting the ceiling in now? Yeah. Okay. So this wall is going to continue straight up. That channel can be cut back in line with the timber beam. And then this is square set, square set, square set. That'll run up to skylight, skylight, skylight. So this is the laundry. We're sheeting today. We're going to set the joints, so just a little bit of plaster over here, and that allows our waterproofer to come in, tub all the floor, lay a screen, then we start tiling. So it basically kicks off the tiling process. Very exciting. We like to push that ahead of everything else a little bit because you've got lots of drying times. The waterproofing takes, best part of a week to go on in its couple of coats and dry. Screed goes down, takes a couple of days to dry. Then you start the tiling process, so you've got floors, then walls. All up, it takes, best part of 3 or 4 weeks to tile a bathroom. Now, if we wait to do those when we've sheeted the whole house, all of a sudden, the bathrooms are lagging behind and yeah, we can't fit them off and it's a mad rush. So bathroom's done now, waterproof is in tomorrow.
So Nick.
Yes.
What have you been tasked with this week as junior? Is he senior project manager yet?
Nah,
Please.
not a chance.
Please, so when I get some grey hairs, then maybe.
Yeah, so why are we doing the pool now? Well, 2 months into construction or a month into construction?
Well, it's a separate construction certificate required for the pool, so separate DA. And in order to do that, we've got to then achieve a bunch of requirements to satisfy that DA, those conditions that we've been issued with.
So the pool was part of our original scope and the original DA application, but it was rejected by council. So the owner has been back and forth designing the pool to comply. So mid-construction, we got approval on it yesterday or last Friday.
Yeah, last Friday.
So yeah, that's why we're doing it now. So it's, mid-October, trying to get a pool in the last 6 weeks of a build, halfway through.
Summer.
Yeah, middle of summer, everyone wants a pool, so everyone who does pools are busy. So yeah, obviously it would have been nice to have done this at the start and had scheduled the pool in from the start. On the fly, we're onto it straight away. So we're moving cogs a little bit ahead of time on it. So Nick's getting all the contracts done and deposits paid prior to our construction certificate, just so your standard process is construction certificate, takes 1 to 2 weeks, followed by pool, contract, pool. We're kind of going everything at the same time, so fast track, get the pool in, hey?
How does that sit with your deadline, your schedule?
Nick?
Well, and that's because of the fact that the pool was rejected with the first DA. We obviously can't have a plan for that to have gone through and when it did go through. So now that we've gotten the approval last Friday, the key is jumping onto it as soon as possible to make sure that we can get
the soonest installation date for that concrete so that we can get those things happening.
We're still good for 16 weeks though.
Yeah.
We're on the money.
Still on the money.
Up 100 mil.
Okay.
Right, so that way when you put your board on, you'll have to put that little piece in the top.
I'll leave him to do it till tomorrow. It doesn't have to go
please,
today.
if you can.
Yep.
Because that one's done, that's all.
Happy days. And I'll let you know about the skylights.
Yeah.
Just setting out skylights. So we started setting them out and putting them in. When they followed the roof line, there was too much angle on them and we just couldn't get the walls to run in perfectly. So we're scrapping it all, starting again, and gonna put a little bit less pitch on the skylight, which allows the walls to run into them beautifully. So yeah, just having a chat with Darren, sorting that one out.
So these two timbers that I've got here on my bench were sort of a decorative panelling on the gable end of our roof here, sort of to hide the joins in some fibre cement, but they are no longer good. So I'm now replacing them with some of this yellow timber here. I've had to cut it on a taper because that was how it was existing. And I'm just now about to paint it all up so it doesn't rot like this old timber and fix it in nice and straight. So it'll be perfect, brand new again.
My thought is that top one goes on, this one then will stick out, and I'm gonna render the face. So I just build my render out to suit. But I think the stair tread needs to be even, which will mean this bottom stair, it might end up out here somewhere. Yeah. I think it'll be okay, because you'll just hang it over and I'll build up underneath afterwards. There should be enough, because if you've got a 300 tread and 200 sits on with a 100 overhang, I can then build out after. I think if I try and render first, I'll end up rendering twice. Day to day, we're dealing with our contractors constantly, and we talk in details. We use same contractors on all of our jobs. The reason we do that is because we start to speak the same language. Benefit of hiring a builder, obviously, is that you're getting that management of the project. If you go and say you're doing an owner-builder project, and you might have new contractors used because you haven't used contractors before, and they need you 24/7 because they've got to ask and have that vision. Essentially, that's what you're taking on the role as the builder. For example, this side passage that we're going to tile. So end result needs to be neat, needs to be clean, doesn't want to crack, water needs to fall the right way. For us, that's for it to perform. For the owner, it's just got to look good, right? So all these things we take into consideration to make sure it works and it performs, but at the end of the day, it's got to look good. So we talk about getting the stairs all the same size, when the stairs that we have are not all the same size. So little things like that, how we're going to achieve that, we discuss with the tiler. So he's on the same page when he does his set out, and then I discuss it with my renderer for when we render the treads. So the end result is basically perfect, right? It has to be perfect.